So, hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Legend Anthology, event that's coming soon. So, first off, let's take a look at the loaners. So, I've taken a little peek at them. This is just regular rocket, pretty much, except for some reason we have a magic cylinder, mirror force, and mirror force launcher. Do we also have magic cylinders here? No. I mean, you might as well if we're going this far. And I guess there's Prologue Riot Dragon here as well. So we have the ritual stuff. Pretty much just regular rocket though, basically. Nothing like super exceptional, but if you want to play like some of the new rocket stuff, I guess this deck's okay for that. You have 3 Ash Blossom Drift Spring and then 3 Imperm though to hold like your whole family's legacy. Just well, it's a lot better than the older loaners where you had absolutely nothing, and I don't think they were even good enough to compete with rookie decks, like just starter decks really. That you could buy from the shop with absolutely no staples. But yeah, okay. That is just ancient gear. And then we have the pumpkin stuff. So I have absolutely no idea what this event is because Legend Anthology. Is this just supposed to be archetypes like anime archetypes or something? I think that's what this event was. Can't even remember because their names aren't as straightforward as, I don't know, like Fusion Cup. So you play fusions in the Fusion Cup. Do I play anthologies or legends in the Legend Anthology? Maybe I'm just dumb, but okay, whatever. So I can't say too much about the other list except the Rocket one's kind of like mid, right? Because yeah, but with this list, there's just a whole assortment of issues. So starting with real quick, let me check this. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I believe the only macro removal you have in this deck, just going to throw that out here for starters, is you have Sheridan. And that's it. And you also have to be able to detach material to activate this. So if you Monster Reborn this back, it doesn't really do anything. So you have like the ability to remove 2 back row, I believe, and that should be it, right? Yeah. Great. Epic even. Uh-huh. Then this negates specifically normal or quick play spell cards or monster effects. Well, not really negate, it's more like change effect, which is a little bit different. But if for some reason your opponent is playing like a deck full of literally nothing but mirror forces, you can't win with this deck. So assuming they have 41 cards, like your opponent has 41 cards and every single one of them is mirror force, you can't win. Okay, so we're just going to throw that out there, but yeah, so that's probably not super likely to happen, so you won't have to at least worry about that. But next thing, going to the main deck. This main deck is like atrocious. So starting with Delta of Invitation, this card is dead ass useless. So the fact here, you can send a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. So there is no singular good target for Delta of Invitation. And even if you have like multiple cards in hand, it's still not really good. So the best thing you can probably do with Delta Invitation is just to send Doom King and then bring it back every single turn as a body to block with, but it only has 2k defense, so yeah, that won't go super well. And Doom King is not very useful without Zombie World for the most part because you need to do like chain 1 zombie effect and then chain 2 Doom King, which of course you would need it to also be technically a quick effect if you were triggering it yourself. Otherwise your opponent would have to be playing a zombie deck. So if they are not playing a zombie deck, then this really is just a 2k defender every single turn. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? And also, like, in terms of all the pumpkin stuff, like, there's nothing good to send here either. They don't actually do anything unless you already have, like, access to pumpkin or, like, Call of the Haunted or whatever, so pretty terrible time, isn't it? Next. Let's see, so Uni-Zombie doesn't really do much. This really only Foolish Burial's a zombie monster because there's no zombie monster that's particularly useful in the graveyard, is there? Uh, except for Mezuki, I guess. So no real mileage from the Uni Zombie. Gives you nothing to send from hand. I mean, a Foolish Burial's still fine. You don't really have normal summon, so might as well normal summon Uni Zombie, I guess. Changshi. Why do we have two Changshi? Like, I can almost justify maybe like a one of Mezuki, but like two Changshi. So here's the idea with Changshi, right? So the idea of two Changshi would probably be so that you always have one in deck for Pumpkin to special summon, right? But let's take a step back before this and ask, what is Changshi sending exactly? So you can do Changshi to send Glow Bloom to add absolutely nothing, because if you think about it, we already have access to Pumpkin because we summon Changshi, right? So there's no point in adding anything related to Pumpkin, really. Yeah. Okay, so what if we add Doom King? Well, that's actually useless because Bloom for Doom King, that don't do nothing. That this will just rot away in your hand. So your best bet is probably just to Foolish Burial, Doom King, Ballad Rock, right? And that is one of your best targets. Aside from that, I guess two targets, Mizuki and Army of the Haunted. So if you send Haunted here, you can bring it back as an additional body to make what with? I don't know. All of your XYZs only really require two guys. So for Army of the Haunted to actually be useful as a Foolish Burial here, you would need a fourth body from like the Aether, basically. Like, I don't know where, but you just need to get one more body in order to make the Foolish Burial actually do anything. And if you send Mezuki, that can do like a reborn effect, but like that, none of these guys will really do anything when you reborn them, so it's like, eh. And yeah, there's also the aspect of, well, if I need to summon Doom King, let's, or not Doom King, Pumpkin. Let's just go through the line. Okay, I have Pumpkin effect, Pumpkin special summon Pumpkin, and then I can just special summon literally anything, and then just normal summon Changshi, and I still have two bodies to then go into a thing. That's assuming the Changshi was like worth summoning anyways, but it really isn't that useful, as we just established that it doesn't really send anything super particularly useful. So terrible list, basically. That's how I'm feeling about a lot of these random bricks. In fact, like, because of how like straight up arguably useless Changshi is, like, I would argue, like, if we just slotted in stuff like Mirror Force or Magic Cylinder, it would have had more mileage in this list than the random Changshi, Mezuki, whatever. Glow Bloom is actually just fine because the idea here is just normal summon Uni Zombie, send Bloom, and that adds Pumpkin, and then that goes into like the combo for this deck. So this is fine, right? But there's just so many cards that just do straight up nothing in this list. It's just awful, basically. The worst one, I think, is Delta of Invitation, because we just are now running 5, for some reason, hear me out, 5 field spells. And also Foolish Burial is only okay because you have the idea of send Glow Bloom to add Pumpkin. That's it, right? Yeah. Otherwise, this card's like somewhat unplayable. But yeah, let's think about this a little bit more. Chain 1 called the Haunted. Chain 2 Bell. Deck does nothing. Activate Pumpkin effect. Ash on Pumpkin. You actually can extend at least and go into the 6. So the major choke point is with Call of the Haunted in this list. If you cannot resolve Call of the Haunted for like Pumpkin, you basically just lose the game, I think, on the spot. So kind of hate that about the list. And this, you might think like that doesn't seem that bad, but let's look at this from another perspective. Main idea with Uni Zombie is to send Bloom to search Pumpkin, and then you have Stare the Snake Eye, which searches Ectoplasmic Fortification, which searches Pumpkin. So we have essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so different cards that are all essentially just to get into Pumpkin. So if this doesn't resolve, or something happens to the Pumpkin, you basically lose. Great. I hear that Pumpkin might be getting support in future or something. Like, maybe. Um, I don't think that's really solvable, but sure, whatever. Let's just see what's available. I don't know, Time Thief out first. Oh, okay. Time Thief is pretty available. I think it might be faster to just check what's banned. What is banned? Let's sort by UR. That'll maybe be easier to look at. Branded, Memento. We hit Despia here technically as well, right? Exo Sister, Gus Angel, Mikanko, Sprite, Dragon Mage, just a bunch of stuff. So I think it's mostly anime only decks, but I think Time Thief was legal. Sometimes Time Thief is just legal for these events randomly. I don't remember which one it was, but there was like one where Time Thief definitely shouldn't have been legal, but it was legal for whatever reason. Okay. Phantom Knight. Okay. That's legal. Orc is legal or what? Ah. Some of it is legal, not all of it. We are missing Dingirsu and the new support. And also Girsu, actually. But this is kind of playable, right? Gives you have the idea of Harp, Summon Nightmare, Nightmare, Dumb Swan, Reborn. So this can't be used as like the full engine, but you can use this partially, right? It is terrible to send like Nightmare now in comparison to like Harp, right? Okay, so if we send Nightmare, Nightmare sends Harp, Harp summons Skeleton, and then I don't think we have any bodies to Reborn aside from like these ones. Like maybe the Lynx. I mean, that's playable enough, honestly. We don't have any reason to play the Babel. Not that you really need the Babel per se, but this is still an Omni Negate, so this is definitely worth running, I guess. I mean, it could be just like a Famni Orcus angle. I mean, Famni Orcus is just usually pretty solid. The main issue is just going second, really, but only moderately. What hand trips do we have legal, anyways? Pistols? You know the funny thing about this being the only legal Bistral? The funny thing about this is on field, this isn't a Bistral. So if you've got two Bistral Lubra on field, the only way to summon Albalos, because it's not technically impossible, is you need to specifically have two negated Bistral Aluber on your field, right? And it doesn't say different name, yeah? Yeah. So we can tribute two negated, specifically Bistral Alubers through special summon Albalos. You know, if Fiendsmith were legal, yeah, it's not like completely out of the question because Desiree is pretty efficient. You Desiree negate the Bistral guy. What was his name? I actually don't remember. Is it like Bistral Luber? Right, Bistral Luber. Okay. What was there to cook up? I feel like I've brought this like to most of the Legend Anthology events, but there really isn't too much in the way of new things to build because we've gone this event so many times. Yeah, alright. Is this legal? Zombie World? Zombie World. Ah, we could bring out Zombie World, you know? That would be possible. I don't think we even really want Bloom. Bloom is kind of just saying. You can cut that. Doom King, yup. These guys don't actually care about being like, okay. If we have Dark Refer, we're pretty solid, right? Oh, yeah, okay. How about small worlds? Small world? Yeah. Danger? No danger. Oh, that's a bit bad. We can do Vendred, right? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Vendred. Uh, but only worth if Dark Necromancer is available, honestly. Dark Necromancer? Oh, we're in business. Alright. Uni Zombie? I mean, I guess. Something like this would be fine. If we open these two together, it's not that bad because we can just send this and then bash this with something later. Do we have Lizard, Hecados? I guess. Mary. We might as well play Mary, Flying Mary. Haven't even crafted this, damn. Okay. Then do we want to run Fountain Knight? I mean, if we do run Fountain Knight, we're at least going to run the idea for like Fogblade and stuff, but I don't feel like that's necessary. It would be helpful though, I guess. Let's put in some more like generics first, and then let's figure out what we can run. Baron? Oh, we do have Baron. Okay. We can make Baron. Maybe. There's no Dispatter. There's no Chaos Angel. I don't know. Just throw stuff in. Warlord Savage, maybe, I guess. We can potentially make that. Diviner. We have Spray Elf. No. SP. No SP. Okay, so we do have to play Blizzard Haggardos. Vendred. One, two, three. 1, 2. One of those. 2 of these. 1 of those. One of you, one of you. One of you. And 2 of those, I think. And we're going to have to go for like 50 cards probably. I didn't check these, but I might as well check these as well. No nightmares. Okay. Okay, just hand trips then. Actually, what do we have here? Little Charmy. Okay. It's not too terrible. Surely these guys aren't legal, right? Okay. Seems fine here. I guess. Technically, we could play some of the Pumpkin like XYZ related guys. I don't remember all of their names though. And also, they're not really super good. There's no generic way to send these guys, right? Okay. Troll isn't a real card. Loss. Imperm isn't that great, yeah. I would prefer running like dark monsters though, so let's try running Crow. Oh wait, wouldn't it be really simple just to play Blackwing? Blackwing is probably pretty solid. Because it's just really hard to out Full Armor Master in general in these events. And I mean, you probably have access to Abyss as well, right? Yeah. Hot Red Dragon Arcane Abyss. Okay. Are these guys legal, maybe? Huh. There's no combo line here, is there? But surprisingly, some of it's legal. I wonder why they left some of this legal. Extra deck adjustments, more hand traps, probably. I would prefer running dark hand traps, though. So that's like a little bit rough. Like, Visuals would be pretty solid in general. You can run this at 60, it doesn't really matter. But we need more hand traps. Preferably dark ones. What dark hand traps are there, though? Like, nothing really. Even better if they're like high level, technically. Or if Dugaris is legal. Dugaris? Yeah, okay. Extra deck wise, I guess we're like doing okay. Yeah, there's nothing to really make here, though. I guess there is Red Eyes Zombie, like the two of these guys. Might as well run them. They could come up, I suppose. Anything else we need? Probably like one more additional link monster that's kind of generic and worth making. So probably like a cross sheep sounds solid. And then maybe this. One of these, maybe. Fascinator is not bad, I guess. We can just run a Fascinator. There's nothing else to really make here. I guess there's ideas of like second Haggard Liz. That wouldn't be too bad either. Yeah, it's okay. If we were to run pumpkin stuff, we could, but I mean, I'm just not gonna. We'll do just like, I don't know, like Bell, probably, I guess. Effect failure is not like super bad, I guess. Effect failure is okay. Yeah, nothing like super interesting here. We can do like Thrust and Talents. Idea of like Thrust for pre-prep, maybe. Use that as a normal spell, I guess. And then we have a list. I mean, this is at least playable. I mean, this is a for fun event, so it doesn't have to be like super optimized, but ideas. Actually, do we just remove Unizombie? How many cards do I want to actually send from my hand? I mean, there are a few. Otherwise, we could replace Unizombie with Armageddon Knight. Oh, also I forgot to put in a copy of Ben 10, which we can do now. Otherwise, like, why run Diviner, I guess? And if we're running Diviner, don't we need Herald of Arclight? If there's no Herald of Arclight, we're just not running Diviner then. Okay, never mind. Diviner doesn't really do anything then. And yeah. Throw in like an additional copy of Thrust? Sure. And I guess that is the list for now. I mean, it would have been preferable to have Diviner to set up like some of these synchro supplements better. But we don't really need the synchro that bad. I think, right? What was the line for this? I genuinely don't remember. Changshi is actually good as a one-off here, now that I think about it, actually. Cut. What do we cut? We don't actually need that's that bad. Okay. So, idea here, pretty simple idea, I think. We can bash Shang-Chi easily. That's not a problem. We don't need that many copies of Banshee, throw in like a FB, Foolish Burial, and then that can foolish like some extenders or some starters if it's like relevant. Glow Bloom, kind of pointless, right? Yeah. Nothing super amazing that we need to search, except it helps us search like Slayer. Oh, we might need to like, yeah, it's beneficial to run it sometimes, but it'll lock us out of the Orca stuff, and I don't want to do that. Now that I think about it, I don't need to Foolish Burial Bloom, right? Because I can just Foolish Burial the Slayer straight up, and I can summon it from there. So, yeah, I don't need Bloom. Same with like Doom King. We just Foolish Burial Doom King from there. If we need to cut one more card, it would probably be a copy of Zombie World. And yeah, I mean that's a pretty complete list. We do like a quick test hand. Wanted to do test hands. You care about test hands. Small World. I mean it's like fine. Pre-prep grabs. Riven Dread Slayer. This will grab us. Later, it'll be like a Battlelord. Battlelord will grab us a Ritual Monster, probably Executor. We can send that with Dark Refer. And then that means we get Foolish Burial with this, and a Foolish Burial with this. Which is pretty chill, I guess. We don't have the Small World here. But yeah, this should just be Turbo Combo. Well, okay. Just get somewhere, you know? It's not like the best hand, but you know, activate Zombie World, Rhoda, normal, summon Greffer, Greffer send Greffer, sending Doom King, pass. It's like good enough, I guess, sometimes. This is a little bit of a better hand, so we can go like Dark Greffer, sending Doom King. Wow, without the dangers, I'm kind of just suffering here a little bit. Send Doom King, send Orcus Nightmare. Wow, having SP here would be like pretty good. His SP is a dark, and all of my decks like dark. Blizzard Haggardos is actually a water, and that actually matters here because the idea would be like Nightmare target this. Harp Horror, Special Summon. Just a guy, like Symbol Skeleton or something. And we can't do the effect to, like, if I want to Foolish Burial Dark Necromancer, I can't banish this in the graveyard. Oh, man, that sucks. But we can get both these guys into the graveyard and send something else. Still not that bad. We can at least set up Doom King with this hand, and then with this we can still set up like Crescendo. Crescendo Doom King is like pretty decent still. This hand is just pretty much categorically like Doom King Pass again. Which, you know, I'm happy about Doom King Pass sometimes. Oh, I forgot about Immortal Dragon actually. Because we can't really access anything, huh? Yeah, we can't access too much here. We can do this to Foolish Burial. Either it be something like a Doom King, or it could be like a Harp Horror, Summon Nightmares. Go through that a bit. I mean, it's like not that bad though. Immortal, we might not have the proper levels for Immortal Dragon. Normally, how you would summon a Immortal Dragon. I think we just got that, honestly. I don't think that's that important, is it? Well, actually, it's still probably better than this. The odds of needing that are like pretty low. 4 plus 4 can make that. Yeah, okay. Everything else is pretty solid, I guess. And then 3 plus 3 to make this. We don't have the levels to make this realistically. Yeah. Bring back this guy. This guy's actually more consistent to make somehow. Because we can 4 plus 3. 3 plus 3 isn't really happening. We don't have another level 3 monster here. We can do 4 plus 2, but 4 plus 2 is not my thing. 5 plus 1. I guess. Kinda whatever. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next. Wait a second. Instead of this, I could just also play Shooting Riser, and then that sets up the levels for stuff. Kind of forgot about that, but it's just a matter of like if thing comes up or not. Um, pause. Let's take this out. Flying Mary. Honestly, what am I even summoning back from the graveyard with this? Yeah, okay. Vampire Fascinator is about the same, honestly. It's not too different. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.